So you want me to sit here? Yeah? Okay. Ready when you're...
Just make a sign with your fingers when it's rolling.
Removing the Banksy, especially from somewhere like Nottingham, we've got a bit of a reputation for, rioting. Yeah, the poor chap will be... Don't come near.
The story behind Hula Hoop Girl is quite interesting. Is a country better off keeping its walls clean, or is a country better off preserving its heritage? I mean, it's criminal damage, but it's a beautiful work of art.
Having a global artist showcase their work 2 streets away from where you live, that's just like winning the lottery.
Whole crowds of people turned up to see the Banksy. Television, press turned up, and it became a bit of a buzz.
Yeah, it was really exciting. I mean, it is, isn't it? It's the most famous street artist in the world. And people were like, wow, everyone's talking about Nottingham. Literally, the whole world is talking about Nottingham today. So that was fun.
Hula Hoop Girl turned up in Nottingham near where the original Raleigh bicycle factory was.
The Raleigh factory, which was, I think at one time, the biggest bike manufacturer in the world, was just down the road from where the actual mural was.
That was the assumption that it was a statement about local industry and maybe the decline of local industry. Obviously, like lots of places, we've had quite a lot of local industry that's just gone or been decimated for various political reasons.
Everybody understood that, by the way. This was where rally bikes were made, that this was a street where the people who made the bikes lived.
There's no ambiguity with Banksy, and I like that with an artist. I want an artist to be true to themselves. A lot of his work is very political, whether you like his politics or not. You know instantly what he's trying to say or what he's trying to convey.
Back in the day, playing with tyres was something that kids used to do a lot, so there's also that resonance of girl having nothing to do, let's play with a tyre.
Like a free spirit or, a child kind of playing.
And I think Banksy would be doing exactly the same work if nothing of his sold and he had no commercial value. I think he would still be doing exactly the same work. That shows a passion.
I'm a strong believer that street art should be for the street, it should be for the community, it should be free to all. People should not be able to, they should be able to go down the road and see street art, not go to a museum necessarily, because people who are not necessarily art fans might appreciate art that's around the corner from them. They might not go out of their way to see art. Me personally, I was really upset that it was taken away so soon after it was put up.
Hula hoop is a good example. Why isn't it left outside on a wall? Because somebody's going to destroy it. A lot of Banksy's work, in fact 75 to 85% of Banksy's work that are put out on walls have been lost in the last 10 years.
I wasn't surprised when the artwork was taken away because the value of the artworks is just so astronomical that, a building owner with a building like that, potentially it could be worth the same amount as the building, if not, more maybe.
It was about money. So if it's a Banksy, it's art. If it's not a Banksy, it should be removed by water jet.
So it was inevitable in my eyes that it would be cut out and gone. Obviously it upset loads and loads of people, and it is sad to see it go because I think with his artworks they are quite site specific, so particularly with the bike that was there as well, like a sculpture piece, it's somewhat irrelevant. It takes away a lot of what the artwork is to move it, and that's a shame, isn't it, from an artistic perspective.
It's removed from its proper environment. I think Banksy's work, if it's been painted on a wall, should stay on a wall, to be honest with you. I know it's fantastic that Scunthorpe have got some of his work, but personally I think he paints them in certain places for a reason, for an effect, possibly because of the social area or whatever, and I think it should stay there. I don't think people should remove it, really.
We had a lot of interesting discussions here about the ethics around it and the meaning of actually taking a piece of work from a location and putting it in a gallery. Does it still mean the same thing? As a street artist, you kind of have to let go, and it's generally a given as if you make a work in public that you can't really think about what happens to it afterwards. You might go back the next day and it would be painted over by the council. It may be sold for kind of hundreds of thousands of pounds, and Banksy would be well aware of this, and by putting his work in public, it's almost, you have to ask the question, is he complicit in that happening? When they get removed, is he pleased about the news, the extra news it generates?
To be honest, I've got really mixed views on it. I can understand that he wanted it to be where it was, and he made an effort to create that work there for a reason. However, people in Scunthorpe might not get to see pieces of art like that, you know, without it being moved. So I suppose for that reason, I'm erring more on the side of let's move it and let people see it, because young people could be really inspired by it, and I think that's great.
This artwork is priceless. I think it's just a mockery for people to just go over it and just do their own graffiti on it, like make a mockery of it. I think we need to just preserve it, and I like it how you just took it out of the building and then put it in this wonderful museum.
Hula Hoop Girl turned up. It turned up in Nottingham and it caused absolute chaos for the building owners, because it was a beauty salon or a nail salon or something like that. And every 30 seconds, somebody would walk in the door and say, "I don't want to disturb you, but can you just tell me?" And of course, to them, they were interrupting once. But to the business, it was a continuous thing, and it was ruining their business. So the owner of the building offered it to Nottingham Council. They turned it down. He offered it free of charge to the Contemporary Art Museum there. They turned it down. He offered it to any charity he could find, including the arts charities in the town. They all turned it down, probably because of the cost of taking it away. I wouldn't want to be the councillor that has to turn around to somebody and say, "We can't take your child to hospital," or "We can't give you a hip replacement because we spent the money buying a Banksy and moving it." I get that. But it was disrupting the business so much, the owner said to me, "Do you want to buy this? If you don't, I'm going to water jet it off the building. I've got to take it away. It's got to go." And so I bought it, and it cost obviously a substantial amount of money to cut it out and make the wall good again. But I'm glad, because if I hadn't done it, the week I did it, it would have disappeared forever. And I'm not a creator, but I can stop things being destroyed like that. So I'm very pleased to have it. I am amazed that there are no Banksys in national museums, because like him or loathe him, he is a phenomenally well-known, well-respected, globally respected artist. This is major art. This is the sort of stuff that in 100 years' time you won't be able to see in a venue like this. They've done an amazing job here at 2021 to display it how they have. So come on down, have a look. It's on until the 5th of November.